about to dress the coach. Yeah, we about to dress the coach. What it do, is your boy Big Wall, back to you with another video, here to address the culture. First thing I want you to do, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. It's very, very, very important. Hit that little bell on the side, click all, be a part of the culture, so anytime I drop a video, you'll be the first one to get it. Now check it out. Well, it looks like the outspoken ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith had an unpopular opinion. Now, if you don't know, Hall of Fame Suns guard Steve Nash just inked a 4-year coaching deal with the Brooklyn Nets, led by superstars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Now, it's been reported that Kyrie and KD signed off on the deal, but Stephen A. Smith felt like this is a clear opportunity to bring up the point of white privilege, how this would never happen for an African-American coach in the NBA. So the outspoken Stephen A. Smith took it to First Take, and this is what he had to say.
This is one of the toughest positions that I've ever had to take and in my career on First Take. And here is why. I want to first state that Steve Nash has no coaching experience, but if you talk about an outlier, an individual that is just special on so many levels, it is Steve Nash. Not just as a player, but his mentorship to some degree with Steph Curry. The brothers that he has looked out for and supported when Quentin Richardson was his teammate, and he took money off his plate to make sure Quentin Richardson got paid. When he had his man Steven Jackson, his former teammate, his teammate at the time, living with him and took him in and looked out for him. The respect that he has around the league, his smarts, his intelligence, his basketball IQ. Steve Nash is a sensational dude. And if anybody deserves this opportunity, absent the experience that obviously he has as a coach, it is him. It happened for Steve Kerr, who had never coached on any level before, but he took over Golden State, and look at the job that he's done. Steve Nash is widely respected and loved by a whole bunch of people in the NBA, black, white, and beyond. Congratulations to him. He deserves it. I get it. But this ain't about him, what I'm about to say. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way around this. This is white privilege. This does not happen for a black man. No experience whatsoever on any level as a coach, and you get the Brooklyn Nets job. I know that Kyrie and KD have both signed off on this. I know they both support this move. But I'm thinking about a champion that is Ty Lue, passed up. I'm thinking about a guy who built the foundation for the Golden State Warriors in Mark Jackson, passed up. I'm thinking about the years that Sam Cassell has served as an assistant, first in the nation's capital in D.C., and now with the Los Angeles Clippers, passed up. And it's for a guy, my God, one of the best guys you could possibly meet in your life, and may do a fantastic job, but a guy that has no experience whatsoever. In these times where we're making all of this noise about social justice, I got news for y'all, Molly and Max. I have said this to people on numerous occasions right here on this show. Yes, that was the tipping point. George Floyd's killing, his murder, violence against black men who are unarmed. All of that stuff is true. But the frustration, the protest, and all of these things that you've seen in the streets throughout America, emanating from the black community and disenfranchised communities, is that proverbial glass ceiling, and the fact that it breeds a level of frustration that we can't even put into words sometimes. You just want to scream to the high heavens. How the hell does this always happen for somebody else other than us? Why is it that we have to be twice as good to get half as much? Why is it that no matter what we do and how hard we work and how we go through the process and the terrain of everything, somehow, some way, there's another excuse to ignore that criteria, to ignore those credentials, and instead bypass it and make an exception to the rule for someone other than us?
Shots fired. Well, that came with a whole lot of backlash. including fellow ESPN sports analyst Jay Will, who totally disagreed with Stephen A. In fact, he see it the other way around. This is what he had to say.
Sometimes I call him Preacher Stephen A. And that's my homie. That's the big brother. But
he'll be joining us. You can have that conversation.
We'll talk with him about it. Mark Jackson got his gig without any head coaching experience. Jason Kidd got his gig without any head coaching experience. With the Nets. Isaiah Thomas got a job without any head coaching experience. Magic Johnson got a head coaching job without any head coaching experience. And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that narrative does not exist. It is factual, and I get how we talk about that with the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And I hear what he's saying. But at the same time, I'm sitting there saying, well, wait a second. You have two black superstars in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving who ultimately signed off on that deal. Signed off on that deal. So, I went on the internet the other day. I was like, look, I think that's black privilege. And what black privilege means to me is that we have people in positions of power, Key, that are able to make those decisions that are black, that are saying, so it's reversed on his back. So I'm saying, so now you're going to call that reverse racism? Like, it's just a different time and age, and I don't think that white privilege comment was applicable to the Nets situation.
Stephen A., hearing all the backlash, chose to take it to First Take to address the situation. This is what he had to say.
I'm glad that this subject has been broached again. Just so you know, I spoke to Sean Marks, the GM for the Brooklyn Nets this morning, because I wanted to make sure he understood exactly where I am coming from. And I mentioned white privilege yesterday. I have a message to those who feel that I was wrong, that I need to apologize, that I don't know what I'm talking about, etc., etc. I don't give a damn what y'all feel. Y'all can all kick rocks. I don't give a damn. I'm not budging from my position 1 inch. I called it white privilege yesterday. I'm calling it today. I'm going to call it white privilege a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. And you know why Stephen A. Smith, this brother, sitting on this platform can do that? Because I was doing it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I was doing this when Kevin Durant was in elementary school. My position has been very, very clear. And for those out there that don't comprehend, that don't understand where I'm coming from, when I'm talking about white privilege, my apologies to Steve Nash because it's not his fault. Good luck. I think he's going to do a great job. I'm happy for him because he's a good dude. Sean Marks, I think, is doing an exceptional job in Brooklyn. I wish him nothing but the best. But when I'm talking about white privilege, I am simply saying this man with no coaching resume whatsoever gets his first job as a coach in the media capital of the world, coaching a championship-ready squad led by one of the greatest players in the history of basketball in Kevin Durant and an absolute showstopper who is a box office attraction in Kyrie Irving, who happened to be the two preeminent voices on that squad who completely okayed bringing him on. Who are the brothers that were interviewed? Even if you don't hire them, can we know who they are? Did you talk to Ty Lue? Did you talk to Mark Jackson, who starred at Bishop Loughlin in high school, which is in Brooklyn, who starred at St. John's as a rookie? Who started at St. John's University and then came to the Knicks as a rookie of the year, who's a Queens native, O'Connell Park. Look it up. Did you talk to him? Did you ask? All right, how about Sam Cassell? How about, listen, Bob McAdoo is a name. I mean, if we want to be fair, the brother's only been an assistant coach on Pat Riley's staff forever, and he's been in the league as an assistant coach forever, and the only interview he's ever gotten was from the Philadelphia 76ers. But Steve Nash, who we didn't even know was interested in coaching. We didn't even know he was interested in coaching until recently. Didn't even have to lobby for the job, and he gets picked as the head coach. My point about white privilege, tell me the black man that would happen for. No resume whatsoever as a coach at all. And you get a job of this magnitude. I'm not talking about Derek Fisher with the sorry New York Knicks at the time. I'm not talking about Jason Kidd, his first era with a rebuilding Brooklyn Nets squad or something along those lines. I'm not talking about Doc Rivers in Orlando. I'm not talking about those opportunities. I'm talking about championship ready, where it would be a shock if you don't win 50 games and you're not contending for a crown. Black folks with no resume getting a job like that. I have been covering the NBA for 25 years. I have been a journalist for 28 years. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, college basketball, college football. Brothers do not get those opportunities. That is what I'm talking about.
Well, you let me know. Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith? Do you feel like this is a form of systemic racism? Or do you feel like Steve Nash deserved the job, even though he have a lack of coaching experience? Hit me in the comments below. I'm always down for a good conversation. This is your boy Big Wall, and this is Address the Culture. And remember, your culture makes you who you are, so make sure they respect it. I'ma catch you on the next video. I'm out. We about to dress the culture. Yeah. We about to dress the culture.